Today, I do want to speak about the 5 players who will improve under Hansi Flick's FC Barcelona. Let me tell you, Xavi Hernandez picked up a broken squad in 2021 and left us with a squad that would allow us to dream. Hansi Flick came into FC Barcelona with a squad that he is very satisfied with. Xavi Hernandez walked so Hansi Flick could run, and that is why he is here today, is to look at the players that he does have and improve them even more. He has taken 9 months of studying this squad. I honestly believe that Hansi Flick knows what he is going to be doing. So starting with the first player that will definitely improve, and that is going to be Alejandro Balde. I believe that once Hansi Flick does have his first training session and he does see Alejandro Balde there, he'll be like, this is a player that does remind me of Alphonso Davies. When Hansi Flick took over on November 2019, one of the players that he recognized was Alphonso Davies, and he said, this guy is a great player. Yes, he plays on the wings, but I can convert this player into a left back and have him become one of the best left backs in the world. He really did focus on Alfonso's incredible pace, his tactical intelligence to really improve the player, and that is what allowed him to excel in defensive and offensive transitions. And in the end, he became one of the key players for Bayern Munich, where they won the treble. So Flick improved Alphonso Davies in defensive awareness, tactical intelligence, offensive contributions, crossing, and assist. I remember that play that Davies did where he made a very unique key pass and setup for Lewandowski against Chelsea a few years ago. It was amazing to see. No one thought that Alphonso Davies could have done that at that time. And the reason why Alphonso Davies was so successful is because Hansi Flick instilled great confidence in the player. And I believe the same thing could go on with Alejandro Balde, is to inject this player with confidence and determination in order for him to become a very dangerous player in the final third. Balde is going to be his own player. We're not saying that Balde is going to be an exact replica of Alphonso Davies. Balde will build his own career. He will have his own playing style. I just strongly believe that Hansi Flick will emphasize his quality in the attack. He will bring his experience on what it was like to grow a left back and bring it to Alejandro Balde. He just needs to find a good system to make sure that Alejandro Balde is working under a system where he can find players inside the box, something that he was struggling before he got the injury earlier this year. Balde's best season so far has been in the 2022-2023 season, where he provided 1 goal and 6 assists. I do think that if Hansi Flick can make Balde better in the final third, he can really go for a season where he can score 3 goals and provide 10 assists. That is going to be the ultimate goal for him to achieve. Moving on towards player number 2, and that is Gavi. Now listen, Hansi Flick for sure is going to want more aggressiveness, more intensity, and more pressing. Gavi is the ultimate definition to that. For sure, I think that Gavi will be a starter. I did have my doubts when Xavi was here because I was like, okay, Xavi Hernandez is going to want a midfield where you have more technical quality. So we could have seen Kimmich, Pedri, and Gundogan. But I think that with Hansi Flick, Gavi will for sure start. And I remember 2 years ago when he was under Ronald Koeman, he came in as a central midfielder that knew how to dribble through tight spaces. But under Xavi, he evolved a lot. He became a central midfielder and also sometimes a left winger. When he first started under Ronald Koeman, where he was also coached by Xavi Hernandez, in his first season, he scored 2 goals and provided 5 assists in 47 games. In the next season, which was his best season and where he was switching on and off between the central midfield role and the left wing role, he played 49 matches, scored 3 goals and provided 6 assists. And in this current season, he was actually on track to beat his best season yet, which is the 2022-2023 season. This season, he had a total of 2 goals and 1 assist in 15 matches. At that rate, he would have ended with 9 goals and 3 assists. So his trajectory this season was really high. Unfortunately, he had to go through that unfortunate injury that took him out for 9 months. He will be back very soon, but again, it's very unfortunate because this could have been one of his best seasons yet. And based off the numbers that he does give and the type of defensive awareness he also does provide as a central defensive midfielder, I do believe that Hansi Flick is going to make him become a CDM and also at the same time teach him how to be in positions to score, very similar to Rodri. I do not know if Hansi Flick is going to be implementing the 4-2-3-1 system or the 4-3-3, but for sure he is going to convert Gavi to one of the most impressive number 6s in the world, play in a much deeper position. Moving on towards player number 3, and that is Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal is going to be Hansi Flick's golden boy. In this season, he played 49 matches and scored 7 goals and provided 7 assists. That's very impressive. But you and me know this, right? We have seen enough coming from Yamal, and you and me know very well that he could have scored way more goals by this time. There were so many chances that he did miss. Yes, we allowed him to miss those chances because he's 16 years old. What more do you expect from the player? But as you do age, of course, you do need to get better. And that is one of the things that Lamine Yamal has to fix, and especially needs to be fixed under Hansi Flick. Just look at these stats here. He had 57 shots in La Liga, and only 20 of those shots were on target. These numbers can improve. They can get so much better. I do think that he needs to aim for the efficiency of, I would say, Saka from Arsenal. I am not necessarily talking about him reaching Saka's level. I'm just saying the efficiency in goal. Lamine Yamal can reach those levels because at the end of the day, he puts himself in positions to score a lot of goals. He just needs to have much more composure instead of shooting the ball outside the stadium. If Lamine Yamal can achieve a 12 goal and 12 assist type of season, that's a win. Those numbers will not be the best in the world, but for a 17-year-old player, that's going to be huge. Yamal is going to be one of the favorites under Hansi. Hansi is well known for turning wingers into monsters. Look at Gnabry at Bayern Munich. When he first started his first season, he scored 13 goals and provided 6 assists in 42 matches. When Hansi Flick came in Gnabry's second season, which was the 2019-2020 season, he played 46 games, so 4 more games from the previous one, and provided 23 goals and 13 assists. It's a huge upgrade to what he did in his first and previous season. And the main reason why Gnabry was able to improve on top of that was because he improved his shot accuracy. Lamine Yamal has to go through the exact same way, because if he can do that, he will be one of the most dangerous players in La Liga. Moving on towards player number 4, and that is Pedri. Now look, Pedri is so solid in bringing out assists, bringing out goals, bringing out key passes, but one of his weaknesses is for sure his physicality. He needs to be so much better in pressing, so much better in bodying his opponents, and so much better in shrugging off his opponents when he does have the ball. Like, I think that he has enough muscle. Like, I was looking at his physique. He has enough muscle. He has biceps, triceps, quads, calves, chest, back. He has all that. But I do think that what he is missing is his muscle efficiency and his composure. Meaning that, let's just say, for example, you drive a Lamborghini. What is the whole point of driving a Lamborghini that has so much muscle, right, and so much power if you do not even know how to drive it? Like, you don't know how to use it or maximize it. That is the predicament that Pedri's in right now. He has muscle, he has gotten bigger, but we still see the exact same effects on the pitch. A player who gets shrugged off so easy. So if you do want to have a chance under Hansi Flick's team, you're gonna have to be a midfielder that knows how to win ground duels and aerial duels. It's important as a midfielder. This Barcelona that we are going to be seeing in the next season is going to be very different. We're going to be playing direct football, and football where sometimes you do skip the midfield in order for the ball to go from the defense to the attack within a span of 2 or 3 seconds. There's going to be moments where the attack is going to lose the ball in those sequences, and the positions of the midfielders is going to be so important. They have to be so organized and ready to win the ball after you do lose the ball from the attack. Pedri is also going to be considered as the first line of pressure in the midfield because he's going to be the highest midfielder. He's not going to be playing as a 6. He's not going to be playing as a number 5. He will be playing as a number 8 or a number 10. Hansi knows the talent of Pedri and Gavi. He stated this back in 2022. Bayern Munich, I don't know if you guys remember, there's a video that I made about 3 years ago. Bayern Munich back in 2020, that was coached by Hansi, by the way. They wanted Pedri. Like, Hansi has been a fan of Pedri since he first immersed into Europe. So Hansi loves Pedri. He even wanted to take Pedri away from us 3 years ago. And so I do think that Hansi will give Pedri his chances to improve. And one of the ways that Pedri can show to Hansi why he should be starting in every game is the fact that he knows how to press. He knows how to be aggressive. He knows how to take the ball away. I do see Pedri as a starter. I do see Pedri as a starter if he does get those things 100%. And for Pedri to be our main 10 or our main 8 depending on our formation. Now, if that does not end up happening, if Pedri just says, I just want to be all vibes, I just like to do the pausa and just touch the ball here, touch the ball there, and he does not improve physically, that's fine. There is going to be competition, and that's what's going to lead me towards the last player, which is going to be Fermin Lopez. If there is a player that will surprise us a lot next season, besides Lamine Yamal or Cubarsí, it is going to be Fermin Lopez for sure. This guy here is a space invader, a shot master, a player that knows how to run through defenders' blind spots, because you never see this player making runs into the box. Never. No defender ever can mark Fermin Lopez successfully. I would say that he is very much like Gavi. Just like Gavi, Fermin Lopez is a profile that Hansi Flick is going to be looking for. Fermin Lopez is going to be the Müller for FC Barcelona, and Hansi Flick is all over again going to be looking at, oh my god, this is a Müller but reincarnated. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Fermin is a master in positioning. He knows exactly where to be inside the box and outside the box to be the most effective. And so Fermin Lopez is not your Xavi, he's not your Iniesta, he is not your Cruz, he's not your Fabregas, he's not that. Fermin Lopez is Fermin Lopez. He's Müller but with a tad more athleticism. If you look at this graph here, this is a graph that does show his goals and the blocked shots. The green is going to be his goals and the purple is going to be the blocked shots. What do you notice about this graph here? It's the fact that most of his goals, if not all of them, even including his blocked shots, are very central. And the reason why it is so central is because the runs that he makes are very central. He's not somebody that receives from outside and dribbles the ball inside and makes key passes or shoots from outside the box. He's not that. He is simply somebody somebody that runs centrally into the box and finds the ball and scores the goals. And so if there was something that he would need to improve on, it would be his decision making with the ball in the mid third of the field, not in the final third. I think that he is amazing outside and inside the box, but having more responsibility and much more maturity with finding players in the middle of the pitch. It's one of his weaknesses. I don't know why. Sometimes he even neglects trying to pass it to like either Frankie or Pedri or Gundogan, and he just dribbles the ball to the final third, and sometimes he does lose it. I think that he needs to have much more maturity, much more growth with the ball in the middle third, and I hope that Hansi Flick can fix that. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.